The story begins in 1986 in Glasgow, Scotland, where we meet siblings Angela and Jackson Sayers. They are professional con artists who earn money by tricking people. Their targets are usually those who believe their homes are haunted. They work with two others, Elliot, the cameraman, and Beth, Jackson's girlfriend. Together, they pretend to be a paranormal investigation team. Jackson is the mastermind behind everything. He is deep in debt and under pressure to make quick money. So, he comes up with a plan to use their late mother's reputation. She was once known as a famous psychic. Now, they claim that Angela has inherited her powers, and she pretends to communicate with spirits. Their method is very clever. Elliot records everything, while Jackson and Beth monitor from another room. They use fake gadgets and secretly play whispers and strange sounds to make it seem real. In the end, Angela pretends to remove the spirit, and they get paid well. One day, they take a new case from a man named Frank. His wife Maddie has recently passed away, and he lives with his young daughter, Susie. After Maddie's death, Frank starts experiencing strange sounds and shadows in the house. For the team, this looks like an easy job, since Frank is already emotional and believes something is wrong. Angela interviews Frank to gather details about Maddie. They learn she was a tailor who worked mostly in the basement. So they decide to focus on that area and claim they are detecting energy there. Angela and Elliot go into the basement, which is dark and filled with old mannequins, making it naturally creepy. As Angela pretends to contact the spirit, Elliot plays pre-recorded sounds, including a voice similar to Maddie's. Frank becomes emotional, believing he is truly connecting with his wife. In the end, Angela performs a fake exorcism and tells him the spirit is gone. Frank pays them, but before leaving, Angela experiences something strange. While still in the basement, she feels drawn to one of the mannequins. For a moment, it feels like Maddie is there. As she moves closer, she suddenly falls and her nose starts bleeding. Elliot checks on her, but Angela doesn't say much, assuming it was just part of their trick. That night, the team celebrates at a club. Jackson promotes their business using their mother's name, which upsets Angela. Their mother had a tragic life and struggled with disturbing visions, even spending time in a psychiatric ward. Still, Angela continues this work because of her brother. Later, Angela asks Elliot about the mannequin incident, but he denies setting up any such trick. At home, Angela looks through her mother's old documents and photos. The next morning, she is already disturbed. She receives a call from a terrified woman who says she hears children's voices in her house and wants help. But when Angela hears the location, she becomes serious. It's an old orphanage where 3 children died mysteriously years ago. Angela refuses the case, but the caller keeps trying to contact her. Meanwhile, Angela's personal life is falling apart. She is missing college classes and falling behind. When the dean confronts her, Angela admits she's doing this work for money. During the conversation, Angela suddenly hears someone calling her name. The doorknob starts moving on its own, and the door slowly opens. She sees a man with red stains on his hands. She is shocked, but then the dean points out that Angela's nose is bleeding. This shows that only Angela saw it. Confused and scared, Angela leaves and visits her grandfather. She tries to ask about her mother, but he avoids the topic. Finally, he admits that Angela's mother also used to hear voices and see things that weren't real. This deeply shakes Angela, as she starts fearing she might be going down the same path. After this, Angela researches the orphanage and learns that the children who lived there went through something terrible, and their deaths were not normal. Back at home, the situation becomes tense. When Angela returns, she notices injuries on Jackson's face, clear signs that loan sharks have been hurting him because he hasn't repaid his debt. Jackson questions why she rejected the client when they badly need money. Angela explains that the place feels dangerous and something is wrong there, but Jackson only cares about the payment. He has already accepted the case because the woman is offering a large amount. Angela refuses at first, but Jackson keeps pushing until she finally agrees. Beth is exhausted with their lifestyle and wants to leave everything behind and start a new life, but Jackson convinces her too, promising this will be their last job and that he will clear all his debts afterward. That night, Angela has a disturbing dream about her mother, this time without eyes. She wakes up scared, goes downstairs, and tells Jackson she's ready to take the job, which makes him happy. Soon, the team travels to the location and reaches an isolated area where an old, silent orphanage stands. At the gate, they meet an old man named Victor, the caretaker, who lets them inside. There, they meet Mrs. Green, who warmly welcomes them. She explains that the orphanage was once run by her husband, and together, they used to take care of the children. But after her husband's death, everything slowly fell apart. Eventually, a tragic incident happened. 3 young girls were found dead. During this, Jackson brings up the payment agreement, but Mrs. Green clearly says she will only pay after the job is completed. Angela, already uneasy, asks Mrs. Green what she experiences in the house now. Mrs. Green explains that at first she heard children laughing and soft sounds at night, but over time, those sounds changed into screaming, shouting, and angry voices. After this, the team begins their setup. Elliot prepares the camera. Beth sets up the sound effects. Angela gets ready to act as the medium. This time, they specifically plan to use children's voices, laughter, crying, and whispers. To make it more believable, Angela asks for photos. Mrs. Green shows pictures of the three girls, Missy, Tammy, and Claire, and also shows a photo of her son, Herman. She blames herself for not paying enough attention to him, which allowed him to become dangerous. Here, the truth is revealed that it was Herman who finished those girls, and Mrs. Green is deeply saddened by this. However, she never sees her son as a monster. Why that is, we'll find out next. Jackson explores the building while the team discusses their usual plan, where to create fake sounds, when to react, and how to convince Mrs. Green. But during all this, Angela suddenly senses something strange. Near the stairs, she sees a small girl softly humming. The moment she sees her, Angela's nose starts bleeding again. She quickly runs to the bathroom, with Elliot following her. Inside, Angela tries to calm herself, but she again hears strange sounds. She slowly starts checking each stall, opening them one by one, as if someone is hiding there. Then, suddenly, instead of Elliot, she sees a young girl with her mouth stitched shut, Missy. Right after seeing this, Angela loses consciousness. Elliot immediately calls Jackson and Beth, and they all rush to her. After some time, Angela regains consciousness, but she avoids talking about what she saw and simply says she's fine. So the team continues their work. At the same time, Mrs. Green questions Jackson about how their process works. Jackson tries to confidently explain with a fake story, but it becomes clear from her reaction that she already knows this is all a scam. Yet, she still hired them, which raises suspicion. Meanwhile, Angela and Elliot are in another part of the house. Elliot tries to get Angela to open up, saying he believes she saw something real and that he will trust her. He also admits that he likes her, which makes Angela smile. Just then, they receive instructions to continue, and Elliot starts recording again. In another room, Jackson, Beth, and Mrs. Green watch everything on the monitors, while Jackson tries to understand how Angela will remove the spirits. Meanwhile, Angela moves through different parts of the house, calling out the names of the girls and explaining that she has come because Mrs. Green wants their spirits to leave this place. Now, Angela hears music, but Elliot cannot hear it. Then Elliot hears a little girl laughing and follows the sound. As they move forward, the music grows louder, and Angela sees Tammy's spirit, who wants her to follow. It feels like Tammy is trying to show her something. Tammy leads them toward the east wing, the same place Mrs. Green had warned them to avoid. Mrs. Green becomes uneasy and asks Jackson to call them back, but Angela ignores it and keeps following Tammy. As they move ahead, Elliot suddenly falls through a weak wooden floor. Everyone panics. Jackson rushes to check him, and Elliot says his ankle is badly injured and he needs a hospital. But Jackson still thinks this is part of their act and hesitates to call for help. Angela firmly insists they must help him. Jackson and Angela go down using a ladder. Elliot is in pain, and Angela tries to comfort him. While there, they notice something disturbing: walls covered with the word "help" and children's belongings scattered around. From this, Angela realizes the girls were kept in this basement, and Mrs. Green's story is a lie. That's why Tammy brought her here. Elliot's camera is still hanging and recording everything, and Mrs. Green is watching it. She realizes they now know the truth. Jackson is still confused, so Angela tells him clearly, this time she is not pretending. She can actually see spirits, and she followed Tammy here. She even describes the stitched mouth, just like what she had read before. Elliot believes her, but Jackson still doesn't take it seriously. For now, they try to get Elliot out. Jackson still wants to finish the job, but Angela refuses. She believes something terrible happened to those girls and doesn't want to continue the scam. Throughout the entire house, whispers of those girls can be heard, but no one except Angela is able to hear them. Jackson goes to Mrs. Green and tries to convince her they will cleanse the house. But Mrs. Green openly says she knows it's all fake and that Angela has no real powers. She orders them to leave. Then she says something disturbing. She claims she wanted to give those girls a good life, but they didn't listen, and none of it was Herman's fault. Everything was the girls' fault. Hearing this, Jackson realizes Angela was right. Mrs. Green is responsible. He tells Beth and the others to pack up because they need to leave immediately. The strange thing was that Beth wasn't in the room, and everything was messed up, as if something had happened to her. This scares Jackson. Jackson himself sees Tammy's spirit and is shocked. Before he can react, Angela contacts him through the walkie-talkie. He rushes to help them and assists in getting Elliot out, because Elliot was in a lot of pain. Then, Angela finds Beth's necklace covered in blood. As Jackson picks it up, a girl's spirit appears in front of him. Angela is shocked. Jackson can now see them too. Now they are extremely worried about Beth. Jackson tells Angela and Elliot to leave while he goes to find her. Jackson starts hearing strange noises. He even sees his mother, but he tries to ignore all of it. He finds Beth, but her condition is horrifying. She is badly injured, and her mouth has been stitched shut. She is in severe pain and cannot speak. Jackson realizes Mrs. Green is behind this. They try to escape by car. Everyone is terrified. On the road, Jackson sees a spirit again, but he doesn't stop. Suddenly, something hits the car. It turns out he has hit Victor. This causes him to lose control, and the car crashes. Beth does not survive the crash, and Angela loses consciousness. Jackson is crying beside Beth, unable to believe what's happening. Suddenly, someone attacks him from behind and knocks him out. It is Herman. Herman then attacks Elliot with a shovel. Angela is already unconscious. Later, Angela wakes up. Seeing Beth, she is devastated. She calls out for Jackson, but he is gone. She runs to Elliot and tries to wake him. When she asks about Jackson, Elliot says Herman took him. Angela then heads back toward the house. On the way, she sees a girl's spirit and follows it. Inside, Herman and Mrs. Green have tied Jackson up. When he wakes up, Mrs. Green reveals her twisted thinking. She says her own mother treated her badly, but she wanted to fix the girls. Since they talked too much and misbehaved, she silenced them by stitching their mouths. Now she plans to do the same to Jackson. She starts breaking his teeth and preparing to stitch his mouth. Meanwhile, Angela enters the house searching for him, but Herman catches her and knocks her unconscious again. When she wakes up, she is tied next to Jackson. Seeing his condition shocks her. She apologizes for not saving him. Jackson nods his head, signaling that it was his idea to come here. Mrs. Green tells Herman to take Jackson away, meaning they are about to finish him. At the same time, the spirits of the three girls are seen watching everything. Now, Mrs. Green starts doing the same to Angela. At that moment, Elliot arrives and warns them to let her go. Herman grabs him, but before he can act, Elliot uses a sharp object and stops him. Mrs. Green is shattered by this, but she attacks Elliot and beats him badly. Angela feels helpless and doesn't know what to do, so she calls out to the spirits of the girls for help. Suddenly, the girls' spirits scream loudly. Mrs. Green panics and clutches her head. This gives Angela a chance to free herself. She grabs a knife and ends Mrs. Green's threat. After that, the spirits disappear. Elliot is still alive. Angela rushes to him, crying, and tells him she will get help. She runs outside toward the road. There, she sees Jackson and calls out to him, but quickly realizes it is his spirit. This means Jackson is gone. Jackson says that he is looking for Beth, but he can't find her. Heartbroken, she collapses and cries. Soon, a car stops, and a couple comes out to help her. Later, we see Angela and Elliot in the hospital. They both survived, but the trauma is clear in their eyes. In the end, Angela talks to her father. He is worried that she might become like her mother, but Angela tells him not to worry. She is not alone, and we sense something is still with her. And with that, the film ends. In the end, there's no doubt that Mrs. Green was the one behind these horrifying acts. Her son, Herman, was just following her lead. It's even possible that she got rid of her husband as well, but since her own mother treated her badly, she ended up becoming like her, and those poor girls became the victims of that cycle. Angela called her team because she was genuinely being disturbed by the spirits of those girls. But when the team uncovered her secret, Mrs. Green had no choice but to silence them, even though deep down she had hoped they might actually free her from those spirits.